Hello everybody, welcome to another little off-the-cuff video, and that's just because I'm still kind of recovering. I'm still recovering from, PAX, which is what I'm here to talk about. I came back from PAX 2024 this week as of recording. Today is Thursday, the 5th of September. PAX ended on Monday of this week, so I got home on Monday. One of my friends stayed over for the night and then flew out on Tuesday. And then Wednesday I just kind of cooled down, and Thursday I am here. And I'm here to talk about PAX a little bit, give my thoughts on what I saw, how the place was organized, what I thought was interesting, or the things I'm excited for, all that kind of stuff, with the accompanying images and videos that I and my family members have managed to gather. Not all of it is relevant, unfortunately. There were some things that I just didn't get around to either taking a picture of, didn't get a video of, I just didn't think about it at the time, or I had to just keep moving along, that kind of thing, right? But, it's fine. You'll still see some things. But yeah, so I suppose the first thing to talk about is the structure of this year's PAX, because I think the PAX, as a company, Penny Arcade as a company, is still trying to figure out how to make use of the two-building setup that they're using for PAX now. Because in Seattle, there used to just be the Seattle Convention Center, right? And that was it. It was just the Seattle Convention Center, nothing else. But about 2 years ago now, I want to say, there was the finished construction of a second convention center, which is now sort of the main Seattle Convention Center, because it's bigger and fancier now, and your phone reception doesn't die when you're inside of it, and all this. And so now there are two buildings. One of them is called the Summit, the new one is called the Summit, and the old one is called the Arch. And PAX, ever since the Summit finished, the convention has been split between the two. So I think they're still very much trying to figure out how to best make use of those spaces. Because last year was something. I think it was last year. It was either last year or the year before that Nintendo had actually booked the front of the level 4 of the Arch building. The front, because the Arch has a sky bridge, right? It has the front area and then a sky bridge connecting it to the back, right? Nintendo, either in 2022 or 2023, I can't remember which, had booked the front end of it for Nintendo Live, which left PAX with the back end. Which was really stupid and especially annoying, considering that it meant that all of us who wanted to just go to PAX and not Nintendo Live had to go through this roundabout method, going up a bunch of different escalators and taking other turns to get there, because the wall to the sky bridge connecting the Nintendo Live area to the sky bridge was closed, because it's the closed-off Nintendo event. So everyone else had to go through this roundabout way to get to the sky bridge and then actually reach that part of PAX that was in the Arch, which was annoying. But this time there wasn't that. This time PAX had all of the Arch to themselves, but they also had the Summit. So I think they were trying to find a way to figure out, how to make use of both, because the Arch was not multi-level like it usually is. The Arch, it's usually like level 6 and level 4. Those are the two big convention hall, expo hall sort of levels, is level 4 and level 6. Don't ask me why. I don't know, it just is. But those are the two main levels. There was no level 6 this year, just level 4. And level 4 was where all of the video game exhibition hall stuff was. That's where all the video game exhibitors were. All of the tabletop exhibitors were over in the Summit. The Summit, they made use of they had basically every level of the Summit, from 0 all the way up to 5. 0 was like free play stuff for tabletop, as well as consoles and PC and like VR, stuff like that, for free plays. The level 1 was your entry area, right? Like, oh, go through the metal detector, yada yada, blah blah blah. Level 2 was where it was kind of like the expo hall, the main expo hall for the tabletop vendors and exhibitors, right? There was some free play stuff there as well as the vendors, and then the further up you went, there were less vendors and exhibition stuff, and more just theaters for panels and events to be held. Although there was a second PAX merch store there, which was something. On the first day, people hadn't discovered it yet, so it was very quiet. There wasn't a line, so it was worth going there if you wanted any like PAX 2024 or PAX 20th anniversary merch, because this was the 20th anniversary of PAX, which makes me feel really weird, because it means that I've been there for like half of them, because PAX had to cancel for 2 years because of COVID. So, and I've been to like 9 of them now. So yeah, I've been to like half of these PAXs, which feels very weird to me. I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, tons of, PAX 20th anniversary stuff, which, you could be able to, you'll be able to rep in a number of years and be like, look how cool I am, I was there at the anniversary, But yeah, there was a whole, that was the general structure, right? So Summit equaled tabletop and/or free play, it was like, the Summit was like tabletop, free plays, and events, that sort of thing. And then the Arch was the actual expo hall. And the Arch stuff in the expo hall is what you'll really be, that's most of what you'll be seeing with my footage and pictures that I'll be showing on screen. It's mostly going to be that stuff because, well, that's the main stuff I'm interested in. I'm interested in tabletop as well, but, the video game stuff is what this channel is primarily about. So, But, yeah, and also, I just felt it had the most interesting things to take pictures of and record videos of. There just wasn't that much going on in the other area, mainly, and which I think is just a byproduct of it being, tabletop, right? There was an arcade in there. There was an arcade. The arcade was cool. It had basically every version of Tekken ever, and these two guys who were doing DDR, and one guy was just freeballing it through DDR on like hard or something. But yeah, so as far as what was actually in said expo hall, on the subject of 20th anniversaries, there were a number of tech companies there, obviously, the computer companies. You had Samsung advertising their phone again, using PUBG, because they won't use anything else. You had Alienware advertising some sort of briefcase thing. I don't know. My parents played a matching game on it that's like a 2-player versus matching game. And by matching game, I mean it's literally just memory. Like the memory game. It's literally just that. But in like some sort of massive briefcase looking thing, I don't know, it was confusing. I was a little too enthralled just watching it to take a picture. I was a little too confused. And then we just kind of left, but for 20th anniversary stuff, MSI was celebrating its 20th anniversary of MSI laptops there. and you got this whole thing of showing off the history of MSI laptops, and it got pretty funny, because, there it is, I found it. It's, I'm looking at the pictures myself on my own thing here while I'm talking to you, and they had in 2007 an MSI tribal tattoo laptop, which I had to take a picture of simply because it's so aggressively late 2000s, like the tribal tattoo laptop for gaming purposes and gaming purposes only, you know? Oh, it's so silly. So silly, I loved it. Someone I was with also bought a little... Someone I was with on, like, Friday, yeah, an acquaintance also bought a, an MSI Dragon plushie. I don't know if they have any MSI loyalty, or if they just like plushies. I think they just like plushies, but yeah. And there were a lot of anniversaries this year, now that I think about it. A lot of anniversaries. Five Nights at Freddy's was holding a big 10th birthday party for the franchise, which I really don't like the fact that I can say that. I think that's where people were getting party hats, and that's why there were a bunch of FNAF cosplays going around. And also this big old booth for Five Nights at Freddy's celebrating its birthday. Its 10th anniversary. And again, it just, I don't like the fact that I can say that the FNAF franchise is 10 years old now. Makes me feel old. It's probably going to make the rest of you feel old just by hearing me say that. There were a lot of independent games strewn about the place. Now, obviously, there was the indie aisle off in the back. But beyond that, which the indie aisle had some cool stuff there as well. It had Pizza Bandit, which I'm looking forward to. It had Beastie Ball, which is like Pokemon, but they're playing volleyball, which looks cool. That kind of stuff. The Crabs, Another Crab's Treasure was still there, selling stuff. There's a whole variety of things like that. Gigabash was there. Unfortunately, it was like one computer they had set up playing Gigabash, and that made me sad, because I really like Gigabash. I really, really like Gigabash. And I really want more people to buy it and play it. Seriously, Gigabash deserves way more attention than it gets. It's a really fun party game. It's a kaiju-themed party game, and it's great. You get to beat each other up as kaiju and all this stuff. I love it. I love it. Y'all need to get this. For everyone who watches this video and gets this far in the video, buy Gigabash. Play Gigabash. It's great. I love it. If we can get enough people to do this, we can maybe kind of possibly rejuvenate the online scene. Because right now the online scene is non-existent. You can't get into anything with randoms because there's barely anyone online at the same time playing. There's just barely any attention on the frickin' game. So yeah, do Gigabash. I'm probably gonna do a Gigabash review at some point in the near future, just so I can do my part to further promote the game. Yeah, there was that. There was a whole booth dedicated to, I think the company was PlayOn? I know I have a picture of them, but oh no, PlayOn is the guys who did Arknight Enfield, which was there as well, and my buddy's got pictures in front of the cosplayer, the official cosplayer that they had there, because they are anime girl simps. Or at least one of them very specifically is. If you're watching this video, you know who you are. I'm not going to name names, and I'm not going to show those pictures, because those are personal pictures, and I'm not going to dox anyone. But unrelated to that, there was another company with P as their name, and it's Goods by Panic. That's who they are. they're the company that's related to things like Untitled Goose Game and Firewatch and stuff like that. Thank Goodness You're Here is another game that they're affiliated with. And the Playdate machine is there again. And Playdate is weird. Playdate is this, like, Game Boy looking thing that is partially powered or played via a hand crank on the side of the thing. And you can, like, if I remember right, you can essentially gut the Playdate and mod it to create whatever games you want on it. And that's sort of the appeal of the Playdate, is just being able to create whatever games you want with it and have those games with you at all times, that sort of thing. It's an interesting concept, and it's been around at PAX for a long time now, and a good number of years. It's been released, right? So it's not like they keep saying, it's coming, guys, we promise. No, it's out. It's out. It's $200. I don't know if it's worth that much, but, you know, it's out there if you're curious, if that's, you know, if that's your kind of thing, right? There's something else called hurdling, which I'm not entirely sure what it is. I didn't demo it because I kept walking past it, but it looks like one of those, you know, artsy 3D games. You're like herding things. You're some sort of shepherd. I don't know what kind, but yeah, you're herding something. Which, you know, I suppose that means the title makes sense, right? There's that. The Larian booth is there. Larian was back, obviously. They're always there. They're getting their money's worth out of that booth, because that booth is... Oh! That booth is something. I've shown the booth before in like previous recap videos. That booth is something else. It is massive. And also they have cosplayers. The booth has cosplayers there to take pictures with. And they rotate out the cosplayers, so you got like an Asterion one, a Karlach one, a Mind Flayer, a Lae'zel, that kind of stuff, right? And there was actually this dog. Yeah, there was this dog that was walking around PAX, and the dog is actually, apparently the dog actually belongs to someone who I follow on LinkedIn, interestingly enough. But this dog, her name was, I think, Sydney. She, I spotted her at one point, walked by, when she was wearing a little black cloak. This dog had a bunch of different cosplays, and she was absolutely adorable in all of it. She's adorable. She had a Sith cosplay, she had a Moogle cosplay, a Loki cosplay, and it's all adorable. I'll show you at least one of the pictures of Sydney on screen, because it was posted onto the Reddit. It was posted onto the PAX subreddit, so I feel safe showing it here, because, you know, it's been posted publicly online already, right? But there's another one that for some reason, it doesn't appear. So, okay, I should explain that when I transferred my pictures over, some of them have transferred to JPEG fine, others have not, so it's a bit of a crapshoot which ones are showing and which ones aren't. There was another picture that didn't quite work, but it's a picture of Sydney at the Larian booth with some of the cosplayers in her Loki cosplay, and it's got the three of them just surrounding her while she stands up with the little dagger in her mouth, and the Karlach cosplayer is like completely squeeing out over the dog, and the Mind Flayer is just like gesturing down towards her, and the Asterion cosplayer just looks confused. He doesn't know what to do, because it's just a dog, right? It was great. Hilarious. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. What else got my attention? Oh yeah, there was this Helldiver dude. There were a few people. I don't want to say a lot of that, implies a lot more. But there were a few people dressed as Helldivers this time around, and they were really, really good Helldiver cosplays. The best one, however, has to be this one dude. in like the perfect Helldiver cosplay, carrying around a Super Earth flag. I originally spotted him when he was waiting in line for a panel, but apparently he also posted onto the PAX subreddit a picture of himself on the Monster Hunter Wilds mount, because at the Monster Hunter Wilds booth, you could demo the game and then go and get a photo shoot with you sitting on top of this statue of the bird mount that's in the game. And he got on the mount and he's got this triumphant pose of himself holding the flag. Yeah, he's there and pointing forward. I'm just putting it on my screen now. And him pointing forward off in the distance. Like he's charging off. He's charging off into the wilds for Super Earth. Oh, it's great. I love it. That guy's got a great sense of humor, whoever he is. Great sense of humor. What else? There was another Helldiver somewhere who just had a gun. He just had he'd like the basic gun on him, so whenever people showed up and asked to take a picture, he just did the salute. He just did the salute for him, which is cool. As far as games I played, the main thing I played was the new Dragon Ball game. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which comes out in early October, which now, having played it, I'm excited for. The game plays really well. I just suck at it right now. I need to I need to, play more demos of it, or, just get my hands on it eventually to actually play the game. Because the game plays great. It feels great. I just suck at it because the whole time I was playing it, I thought I was playing Xenoverse, and kept trying, my reflexes kept telling me to do Xenoverse things. You cannot do Xenoverse things. It does not work that way. It's more like a Budokai Tenkaichi game than anything else, except you actually get to choose 3 characters to play as. So it's almost Marvel vs. Capcom-esque in that way. You get to create a team of 3 fighters, which it's certainly interesting. Yeah, very fun, very fun. I really hope to get that eventually. I'll probably get it on PlayStation 5 because my computer is not equipped to handle a bunch of certain modern games at the moment, and I need to just keep... I need reasons to use my PS5, okay? It's right there. I need to use it. It's right next to me. I need more excuses to use it, and the fact my computer needs a few upgrades is a good excuse for me to, get the newer games on PS5 instead. I'm just hoping I can find Dragon Ball, maybe it's like a physical copy somewhere. Maybe I'll drop by GameStop, see if they have it when it comes out. I don't know. But yeah, that game was fun. Got a little lanyard out of it. Just had a little coin thing dangling from it that said "not for sale." Plastic coin. I should point out, plastic. But it was neat. It was a little Dragon Ball lanyard. That's cool. It's cool. I didn't play Beastie Ball. I recorded my friend playing Beastie Ball, which is what you're probably seeing on screen right now as I'm talking about it. And that one's good. That one's good. It's just Pokemon playing volleyball in a turn-based way, which seems pretty cool. Pizza Bandit looked cool. Couldn't demo Pizza Bandit because we were running low on time at that point, and there was a line for that one. But yeah, I honestly didn't demo that many games because there weren't that many games there that I was like so excited for that I wanted to actually demo them at the con. But there was enough cool stuff to look at. Not much for demoing, but yeah. Honestly, the booth I ended up going to the most was the Pink Gorilla Games booth. Pink Gorilla sells not just game merch things, but secondhand games and loose cartridges and things like that. And I ended up going there like 3 times. I got a little Agumon plushie that's hanging off of my He's got a little chain thing on his head, so he's hanging off of the arm of my microphone now. I got that. I got a bunch of different Xbox games. I got Blue Dragon, which is awesome. The Dreamcast Collection, Singularity, amongst other things. What was the last one? I don't remember. Robotech. That was for the Xbox, the original Xbox. Yeah, Robotech. I have never seen the Robotech anime. I didn't even know it was based on an anime, but now you have me intrigued. So, you know, there's that. There is that. And then I got the little Pokemon things that I sat on top of it. Because they're neat. Because they're neat. You know? And actually, I did it for the Sableye specifically, but it was a 3 for $10 deal, and they were normally $4 each. I wanted the Sableye, and I lamented to the lady that's like, I don't see the Sableye in the case, because it was a case of all of these Pokemon, but they were all laid out in a color gradient sort of way. So, you know, I was lamenting like, oh, I don't have the thing, but she then checked the boxes that they had, and what do you know, they had a Sableye, and I was like, alright, you know what, in that case, I'll do the 3 for $10 deal and get two more ghost types. So why not, you know? And also on the very last day, they weren't doing any more photo ops for the Final Fantasy Dawn Trail booth. However, they were desperate to get rid of the bucket hats. So they were just funneling people through. They were just funneling people through the photo op area and just handing them free bucket hats. So now I have this bright orange Final Fantasy themed bucket hat, which is neat. It is a neat little thing. First time I've ever worn a bucket hat in my life. But now I have it, and who knows, maybe I'll wear it some point in the future. I don't know. I like the color orange, so maybe, just maybe. But yeah, I think that's a decent summary of my experience with PAX West, PAX Prime 2024 this year. Yeah, a lot of what I did involved me and my friends finally meeting up for the first time in person. A lot of my friends that I knew online finally managed to, you know, come over here and not only experience PAX, but be able to meet up with me for the first time. And so I showed them around Seattle a bit and, you know, hung out with them for a lot of stuff. And, you know, that was very cool. It's also why a lot of my pictures, I don't really have much, because a lot of the pictures are of them and in Seattle and stuff like that, which I'm not going to show, obviously, because I don't want to dox my friends or anything like that. So yeah, that was I was gonna say Seattle Prime. What? No, that was PAX Prime 2024. Very good, very enjoyable, very fun for multiple different reasons for me, both for the reasons for like PAX reasons and also for friend reasons. I loved it. Definitely one of the best PAXs that I've ever been to, and I've been to quite a lot at this point. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little recap of PAX 2024, and I will see you all later. And lastly, a special thank you shout out to Mike Uniturtle and Reese. Thank you.